Marvel Universe is ready to say goodbye to one of his most famous and well-loved anti-hero. Gaining his fame from being mainly associated with Spider-Man, Venom is one of the greatest comic book characters and most commonly serving as Spider-Man's arch nemesis. The name has belonged to several hosts over the years, and his history is very long and pretty much not clear. What started out as a replacement costume for Spider-Man turned into one of Peter Parker's ugliest nightmares. From the supervillain to the agent in the service of the government, from the anti-hero to the crazy cannibal, from the agent of the cosmos to the brutal murderer. So what is the story of Venom? But before that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. We're trying to hit the 100 subs mark. I mean, it isn't much, but still some honest work. The original idea of a new costume for Spider-Man that would later become Venom came from an ordinary reader named Randy Schuller. And later on, this idea was sold to Marvel for $220. The symbiote was originally introduced as Spider-Man's new black costume in The Amazing Spider-Man number 252 in May 1984. With the full first appearance as Venom in The Amazing Spider-Man number 300, after the symbiote bonded with Eddie Brock. To understand the origin and history of Venom, we will take a ride and travel to planet Glintar. Born to a race of amorphous extraterrestrial symbiotes, which lives by possessing the bodies of other life forms, these parasites empower their victim with superior physical abilities at the cost of draining them of adrenaline. Venom's symbiote was called insane by his own race, after they discovered that he desired to bond with and protect his hosts, instead of dominating them. As a result, the symbiote was captured and imprisoned on Battleworld to make sure that he will not pollute the species' gene pool. During the comic Secret Wars, Deadpool stumbled upon the prison complex where the symbiote was contained. He accidentally released it before he bound it with him. However, Deadpool felt the wicked nature and decided it was too dark and violent even for Deadpool himself. He rejected the symbiote, but it was soon found by Spider-Man, whose costume had been ripped apart during a previous battle. When Spider-Man touched the black sphere, it covered his body and formed a new black and white costume. Note that it was thanks to Peter Parker that a spider appeared on the chest of symbiote for the rest of his life. This feature would become an important element of Venom. At first, Peter liked the costume. To his surprise, the suit could mimic street clothes and provide an infinite and stronger supply of weapons, and also increase his strength. He took it to the Fantastic Four to analyze it. He learned that the black suit was not only alive, but wished to permanently bond with him. With the help of Mr. Fantastic and the Human Torch, Spider-Man discovered the symbiote was vulnerable to sound and flame. In a desperate attempt to get rid of the symbiote, Spider-Man crashes himself into the church bell tower. As the bell rings, the symbiote is weakened by the sound and detaches itself from Peter's body. After it left Spider-Man, the symbiote, looking for a new host, falls upon Eddie Brock, while in the church praying for God to kill Peter. The symbiote being attracted to him due to his intense hate toward Peter, who was responsible for him losing his job. They become Venom, and as they both hated Spider-Man, they sought to destroy every single aspect of his life. Venom spoke using the first personal plural, we, signifying that Brock and the symbiote were one, even though, occasionally, Eddie referred to it as my other and I. In the comics, Eddie Brock was the first person to bond with the symbiote and become Venom. But he wasn't the last. It's because symbiotes do not exclusively bond to one being. A number of people have worn the symbiote over the years, such as Criminal Matt Gargan, the villain Scorpion, and the Army Corporal Flash Thompson, formerly using the organism as an agent of the United States government and a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Another Army Ranger, Lee Price, formerly using the symbiote to embark on a career as a supervillain. So far, we've listed only the main incarnations of Venom in the classical universe of Marvel. But in the multiverse and in the What If comics, the symbiote went on to merge with other famous Marvel characters like Thor, Hulk, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Wolverine, the Punisher, Galactus, and even with Tyrannosaurus Rex. On the big screen, We first saw Venom as the primary antagonist in Spider-Man 3 back in 2007, where he was played by Topher Grace. In the film, the symbiote, after being rejected by Peter Parker, joins Eddie Brock. Venom seeks an alliance with the Sandman to kill Spider-Man, but it's stopped in his plans and killed by one of the New Goblin's bomb. After luring Spider-Man out to join the Avengers at Marvel Studios, and following Venom's first appearance in Spider-Man 3, Sony Pictures attempted to develop a spin-off film based on the Venom character. Therefore, we had the first Venom solo movie back in 2018, starring Tom Hardy, where he plays Eddie Brock, an investigative journalist who reads about some human trials in a classified document in the possession of his fiancée, and weighing. One thing led to another, and now we have the Venom we know. 3 years after the first movie, we had a sequel under the name Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Eddie Brock speaks to a serial killer named Clarence Cassidy in San Quentin State Prison, as Clarence refuses to talk to anyone other than Eddie. After the visit, Eddie's alien symbiote, Venom, deduces where Clarence has hidden the bodies of his victims, which gives Eddie a considerable career boost. Cassidy, who has been found guilty of his crimes and sentenced to death by lethal injection, invites Eddie to attend his execution. Eddie speaks with Cassidy, who insults Eddie, provoking Venom to attack Clarence. Cassidy bites Eddie's hand and ingests a small part of the symbiote. As Cassidy's execution begins, a red symbiote named Carnage emerges and blocks the injection. It goes on a violent rampage through the prison, freeing inmates and killing guards. A huge fight occurs in the Grace Cathedral between Venom and Carnage, who is way more powerful. Venom provokes Frances, Cassidy's girlfriend, into using her ultrasound to separate Carnage from Clarence. And then in the blink of an eye, Venom eats Carnage while killing Cassidy. Now, this is the interesting part. In the credit scene, when Venom tells Eddie about the symbiote's knowledge of other universes, a blinding light suddenly transports them from their hotel room to another room where they watch J. Jonah Jameson talking about Spider-Man's revealed identity as Peter Parker on television. Well, no one knows how nor why this happened, but we would definitely get our answers in the upcoming and Venom's Final Dance.